Hello, you're watching Hexus TV. I'm here at Misco Expo 2010 and I'm talking to Alistair Hollands, who works for Fujitsu. Hi, Alistair.
Hello.
So, Fujitsu, I've got to be honest, Fujitsu, I suspect a lot of Hexus viewers would traditionally associate with Fujitsu Siemens, which has historically been a pretty big PC brand in the UK.
Yep.
But I know from tracking stats from people like IDC and Gartner that market share has been in decline. Can you tell me a little bit about sort of Fujitsu, where it stands now? Does Fujitsu Siemens even exist anymore? Are you even a PC player? Just sort of fill us in a little bit.
Well, Fujitsu Siemens was the result of a joint venture which was set up in 1999, where Fujitsu Japan and Siemens of Germany merged their EMEA computing operations and created Fujitsu Siemens. It did actually have a 10-year break clause in it, so in 1999, when the two parties came together to renegotiate, Siemens,
You mean in 2009?
2009,
yeah.
Sorry, yes, thanks for
okay.
correcting me. Siemens decided that it didn't really form part of their sort of strategic direction. They obviously got rid of the Siemens mobile phone brands, for example.
Right, yeah.
And, their future is very much in heavy industry, transportation, medical, that sort of thing. And so they decided that they weren't going to carry on with the joint venture, and Fujitsu bought out the Siemens 50% share. Fujitsu got some big ideas for a lot of the Fujitsu Siemens technology, particularly in the sort of dynamic infrastructures, the big tin, data centers and things like that. The one area that they didn't want to focus on quite as much as Fujitsu Siemens did was in the sort of volume price entry retail space. So that's not an accident, it's a strategic decision by Fujitsu.
So let other people fight over the 300 quid laptop.
So we're not pulling out of it or anything like that, but the focus isn't quite as much as it used to be on selling price entry.
So no more Siemens, but Fujitsu branded PCs still alive and kicking, and we can sort of get them all over the place. So we're here at Misco Expo 2010. What, apart from obviously sort of reminding us that you still exist in the PC space, what sort of technologies are really sort of catching people's eye here at the show?
Okay, well at the show we still have our whole range of volume desktops. We're still a very, very big player in that market. But let's be honest, the sort of market share of desktops versus notebooks is declining for everybody. But it's still still a very important part of the market. We're showing our whole range of laptops or mobiles, whatever you want to call them. But that's where Fujitsu, let's be honest, is sort of picking its battles. And we're very much focused in the sort of mid-range and higher end of the mobile market, for corporates and business users, rather than the out-and-out sort of entry-level laptops that are sold by retailers.
I can't really criticise that approach, to be honest.
But also we're showing our Zero Client solution.
Zero Client, what does that mean?
Well, it's a sort of 100% virtualized workplace. And,
so this is Zero Client as an extension of like a thin client?
Exactly. It's taking
even thinner, size zero.
It's taking it to the ultimate iteration of that. So you have sitting on your desk, what looks like a monitor. It has no processor inside it at all. It just has a network interface and a graphics processor, and your desktop is residing on the server, and that could be, sort of entry-level server, which is serving maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 workplaces in a small office environment, or it could be hundreds of miles away in a data center, serving a large government department with tens of thousands of users. But
so what are presumably the end system, the client system, is pretty cheap. And so as well as that, what are the advantages of going for this sort of model?
The main benefits are manageability. So, if you have a number of desktops, deployed all around your organization, there is all the hassle of updating them, the Windows updates, the updates to applications, how do you roll those out across your organization? They've got to be done individually at each workstation. But also the security as well, because the desktop essentially is running on the server, so it's completely secure. People are not able to introduce viruses to it at the local level and things like that. So
makes sense.
That is great from the security and the manageability point of view, but you can translate that into sort of real cost savings as well. So we're demonstrating that downstairs with a couple of Zero Client terminals for people who want to come and have a look and see how it works.
Excellent. Okay, well thanks a lot for your time, Alistair.
Thank you very much.
I was talking to Alistair Hollands from Fujitsu at Misco Expo 2010. You've been watching Hexus TV.